sorta. When the flesh fails and unlocks our true potential.
And with that, Necroids has been announced, a brand new species pack for the game, and in all honesty, it's looking pretty interesting. It seems very much on par with Litoids in terms of its features, so let's go over those, shall we? 15 Necroid Portraits, some of which we have seen and some of we have not, and they will be unveiling those in the future. A robot portrait for your undead robots, because that makes sense. One city set, which we've probably already seen in one of the previous Death Diaries, as well as a room, so that is a big chunk of the 2D art taken care of. In addition, there's a whole new ship set that comes with this as well, and we've seen some screenshots already, as well as some of the material from the trailer. Of course, the trailer is a little bit more high def, but from what I understand is they usually take the models from the game and put them into Blender or their modeling program of choice, and then do a little bit of editing to make them look a little bit shinier for the trailers themselves. However, you're coming to the channel, you're not here for the fluff, you're not here for the portraits or the city set or whatever, you're here for the mechanics. At least I would think so. Anyway, that's why I am here, and that's why we're going to be talking about today. So we got 3 new Civics. Memorialists, we talked about this. Sanctuary of Repos building that you can build on all of your worlds. And on top of that, you can get modifiers, bonuses for Tomb and Relic worlds. And there's a nice stability focus on that one as well. We can go up to plus 15 stability, which is a pretty massive deal. Death cults, corporate death cults as well. Sacrifice your pops for edict bonuses. Have a sacrificial temple. Could be really nice in combination with barbaric despoilers or nihilistic acquisition. Then there's another one that's been teased, which is Reanimated Armies. We don't have any details regarding this at all at this time, but I wouldn't be surprised that it has something to do with your undead armies being able to, well, form into new armies, so to speak. No details just yet what kind of bonuses are applied to this or how they're going to work. In all honesty, when it comes to army stuff, as long as one number is higher than the other number, the armies don't really matter. At least in my opinion, I do feel that the army system is a little bit undercooked in the large scheme of things. Now, this one is important. There are no traits like in Litoids. So the undead are not farting out gas, they're not shedding crystals, and they are not generating highly explosive motes. So that's very important. Also, there is a origin which has been teased in some fashion. There is no name for it. We only got some context clues. Apparently it involves a elevation ceremony, which kind of implies that you take pops you've conquered and then turn them into your own pops every 10 years or so. At least that's what I'm getting from this event chain image that we have from the game store, which I think is rather interesting, and there is a lot of potential gameplay and RP mechanics to be had there. But this is then the question. How is this going to be implemented? Are we going to have a lot of fun with it? And will Necroids have enough mechanics in order to make them interesting? As the developers have already said,
this is just a species pack. Like, we don't want to undersell it, but we also don't want to oversell it.
It is a species pack indeed. And we've had 3 of those, like Plantoids, Humanoids, Litoids, etc. I would have really loved to see this as a story pack, of which we've only really had one in the lately. It was Distant Stars, which in my personal opinion is still one of the best packs ever released by the team in terms of its quality and as well as value for money. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that regard. But then again, it's a species pack. What can you do, right? Litoids came out last year. We had Plantoids dropping in 2016. Humanoids on top of that, 2017. And yeah, that's pretty much it. there's no new music attached to this, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. Apparently the flavor for it is very similar to, say, Necrons, etc. And on top of that, there is a new advisor pack as well, plus a pre-scripted empire, if that is the kind of thing that you're interested in. Of course, if you're anything like me, you're just going to go ahead and say, yeah, that's nice, a pre-scripted empire. It's good for your world building as well as your internal canon. I'm just going to build my own empire instead and have a little bit more interesting stuff with that, if you don't mind. On top of that, we had a little bit of a tease for when it's dropping.
It is releasing at a thematic time of year. It's releasing in the spoopy month.
So expect it in October, basically. The month of spoopiness, unless, of course, you're Irish, and then it's like 3 months, I believe. I haven't read up about the folklore of where the month of spoopiness comes from. But yeah, that's basically what you can expect there. So yeah, that month of October, basically. In terms of price point, all species packs are currently listed as €7.99. Depending, of course, on your local area, it could be up to $10. If you're Canadian, I know the exchange rate is currently really bad, as well as the dollar as well. So I'm like saying like $9.99 if you're in North America. And I think that's pretty much all that we can say at this point. I'm really not impressed by the fact that we haven't seen the name of the origin yet. The devs did allude that they would be talking about it this week, but we'll probably need to wait for it again. So yeah, no traits, but we've got civics and we have origins, which is nice. But in the long run, it is a species pack, so it is all about that fluff and not so much about the flavor, something that I really like. So yeah, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. What is your opinion about Necroids and this new species pack that has been announced? Are you excited for it, or are you just like, it's another species pack, I'll leave it as it is? I'm just miffed that there's no new music. Music is always something that keeps me going. It's like Stellaris music is awesome, and their OST DLC, if you even want to call it DLC, is definitely worth the price of admission. So yeah, there you have it. Maybe then we'll wrap it up here. It's a little bit of a shorter video today, but what can you do, right? It's we didn't get all that much information from the live stream that was launched earlier today. In the meantime, though, I want to thank my patrons for making this video possible, as well as you, dear viewer. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike, because interaction is good. And comments below, as always, what do you feel like when it comes to Necroids? Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourselves, and as always, man, it's time to claw out of those tombs.